welcome back to College Football 25 in our coaching dynasty. We're preparing to take on Air Force at home. They're 0-9. It is a rivalry game. We're really excited about this one. First and foremost, let's go over the overview here. The games we have remaining are Air Force, Wyoming, New Mexico. This is senior day, guys. This is a big one for our program. We've only got 7 seniors on the roster, but then we are off to Wyoming, and then we're going to finish the season against New Mexico. Both of these in the Mountain West. So we'll see where we land. If you're curious about conference standings, you can see over on the right-hand side, San Jose State, who we lost to. We kind of got our butts whooped at home. They are leading the conference. We are second, although if we remain here, we've got a shot to play for this conference championship. So all we've got to do is beat out the bottom 6 here. As promised, guys, we're going to go over the season stats and what we've done so far this year, kind of give you the backstory on everything. The hometown kid out of Honolulu, Hawaii, Devin Kafka, this is his first year starting. He is a junior. 2161 through the air, 16 touchdowns, 6 picks, 56%. Not where we want it to be, but it is what it is. We also have Tyler B. If you guys have been following the series, we were recruiting a kid who ended up committing to Oklahoma last second. We were scrambling to find a quarterback to bring in here. That's going to be our Colonia, New Jersey guy, Tyler B. 6'4", 195. He has great size. We have got him into 3 games, so he's got one more because we got the red shirt on him. We want to keep the red shirt on him. That's something that Devin Kafka was one of the first recruits we had when we were offensive coordinators here. We left to be the head coach. Our only offer to head coach was at Southern Miss. We took that. They didn't put the red shirt on this guy. So if we were here, he would have a red shirt, but it is what it is. The last 2 years quarterback has been Micah Alejado, 5'10", 180 pounds. Guys, he just didn't fit the system. We decided to see if he'd fit at running back or receiver. He was a great fit at running back. Almost 10 more overall is what he got for switching positions. He's got 108 carries, our carry leader, 533 yards, 3 scores, but the breakout has really been Stephon Reyna, who is also part of that Devin Kafka class, our first class as the offensive coordinator. At 6'1", 196, he's an elusive back. He has 10 less carries, has 10 more yards, and has 7 more touchdowns. That's really capped off by a 5-touchdown game he had against an FCS team. And then we got Derek Boyd. Derek Boyd's our power back, even though he's sub 200 in the weight. He's got 20 carries for 98 yards. Kafka has rushed for 79 yards and a score. 3 carries for 16 yards for Tyler B. And then our true freshman, Dan Weed. We just needed the depth. This guy also returns kicks for us. Receiving wise, we call him Heimly, but it's Heimuli. 27 catches, 703 yards. He is our touchdown receptions leader with 8. Armando Lewis is our main target, 35 catches, 643 yards. He's got 3 scores. Nate Duarte, we do love the tight end, 30 catches, 362 yards. Enrique Aran is our slot receiver, 24 catches, 292 scores. Then we got Reyna out of the backfield with 25 catches, 178 yards. We also split him out occasionally. 7 catches for 54 yards for Alejado. He's got 2 scores. And then we've got some of these younger guys down here, which is going to be Page, or he's not a young, I guess he's a junior, but he's buried on the depth chart. Kyle Thompson is a freshman redshirt. He's got a catch for 20 yards and a touchdown. That was from Tyler B, his first passing touchdown. Backup tight end is Nate Sneed. He's got 2 catches, 15 yards. And then Damon Brazel. He's our second string slot receiver out of Hawaii. He's got 1 catch for 13 yards. On the defensive side of the ball, guys, 66 total tackles for our middle linebacker captain, 91 overall, the best player on the team based on overall rating. Yeah, he's a stud. 11 sacks for Larry Bada out of Draper, Utah. 6'6", 249. This guy is crazy fast for as big as he is. We also got Tristan Galindo. We call him Waikiki Galindo. 6'3", 220. 7 sacks. The middle linebacker also coming through, Caravallo. 3 sacks and 3 picks. We'll get into that in a bit. Red Wine is our defensive tackle, hometown defensive tackle. Outside linebacker from Hawaii, also very cool. A sack and a half from an international. I don't know where this is. New Uli? That's crazy, right? Let's get into the picks. 6 picks for the freshman redshirt hometown kid, Von Napua. This guy's been everywhere. The senior hometown, Evan Elu, has got 5 picks, a 1 right behind him. Carvalho with 3 picks. So just going over his stats, 66 tackles, 16 for a loss, 3 sacks, 3 picks. This guy should be all conference. Makana Meyer is our man-to-man corner out on the island. He's got 2 picks. Our strong safety out of Hawaii, he's got a pick. Huval's got a pick. This kid right here out of New Jersey. So I don't know what it is about New Jersey. We're bringing a lot of kids out from over there. Skylar Zylstra, right? And then we got Nate Hatchett out of Texas. Awesome last name. Kicking game has been hit or miss, guys. We've missed 4 field goal attempts. One of those was, we put too much power into it, ended up missing. Others are questionable. We're usually pretty solid in the punt game. I'm sorry, the kick game. In the punt game, 20 punts, 767 yards, almost a 40-yard average. Not bad, but we think we can do better. That's giving you a look at where we're at as you guys follow along on our next 3 regular season games, maybe 5 games if we can make this conference championship and go to a bowl game. We are bowl eligible, which was our goal. Dive into that, but that'll give you a kind of look at who our impact players are as we roll through this schedule and who we're relying on. But without further ado, guys, let's jump into this rivalry game against Air Force. For rivalry games, we know it's a toss-up. San Jose State came in to Honolulu and absolutely wrecked us. Even though Air Force is 0-9, we know we've got to come out and play hard. You heard it. It is also senior day. We've got 7 seniors on the roster. We're going to pay tribute to them as well. Kicking the ball. That's how we like to do things. Make sure we bring that lead in the halftime. Extend it after the half. That's the plan. 3-game win streak. 14-10 is the all-time record, so we're 4 games up. You can see right away, 3rd and 1. This is their first 3rd down conversion. Little option, had it wide open. Quarterback decides to keep it. Luckily for us, we stopped them. 3 and out for the Air Force Falcons. Our first run, or our first play, is going to be a run up the middle with Reyna. You know, Reyna's our he's our scoring threat. 2nd and 1 here. Going deep. Threw it a little behind Jarvis Himuli here. He's got to climb the ladder. Loses a step. It's okay though. Pick up that first down. 3rd and 8. We're going to hit a crossing route to Armando Lewis. He's going to bring us within the 5-yard line. On 2nd and goal, we're going to spread it out. We're going to run with Reyna right up the middle. You guys know that's probably our most effective goal line play. Very good running back. First touchdown of the game goes to Reyna. 3rd and 11. This is their 2nd drive, and it's going to be another 3 and out. They try to set up a little screen, but we blow it up. 3rd and 5 for us. Hook route over to Himuli. He's going to secure that. Recycle the downs. Another 3rd down. We're looking for the conversion. Climbing the ladder for Armando Lewis. Puts us within the 5 for the 2nd time in the game. Doesn't get the touchdown, but he's going to set up Reyna for his 2nd touchdown. So pretty much a mirror image of what we did on our first drive, we did on our 2nd drive. You got to feel for the receiver and Lewis and not being able to get either one of those into the end zone, but Reyna is super happy. This is I believe that's the 3rd straight 3 and out from Air Force. Gives us the ball back. Big run by Micah Alahado. Gets us within the 10-yard line. 1st and goal. We're going to make sure number 9 gets his numbers. This time on a very questionable slant route. We force it through the seams of 3 defenders. 3rd touchdown of the game. Armando Lewis getting his first. 21-0 here. Another 3 and out. This time Red Wine's gonna come through with some pressure. The defensive tackle is gonna come up with the sack. 5 minutes to go here in the half. Up 3 scores. Alajado's gonna do his thing. Super shifty, kind of undersized player, but finding a home here at Hawaii, making some big plays. You can see like a read option is his second big run on this drive. 8 carries, 64 yards for Alejado. On second down, we're going to throw a crossing route to Himuli. He's going to get into the end zone. You can see everybody pretty much vacated the middle, leaving a lot of not just space to catch the football, but able to run that football straight up the middle. Run after catch, gets the score. Throw the hang loose up. That's what we do at Hawaii. 3rd and 4. Another 3 and out. Into double coverage. Receiver ends up dropping that ball. So our 2-minute drill coming up. But we force a throw to Duarte. That was just a straight up mistake. We saw it the entire time. We threw it anyways, thinking we're up 4 scores. Let's do what we want to do. That's what I love about the game, is that you've got to be on the entire time. They end up picking the ball off. Their 2-minute drill starts right now. We miss a tackle. They're in the red zone. You can see 4th and 2. They're going to go for it. They're not going to take the points. They're going to run a little triple option play, but we're going to blow it up. We end up getting the ball back last play of the half here. We decide not to throw it downfield. It's going to end up being a sack. We were thinking about running that one, but yeah, we just pull it down. Or thinking about throwing that one. We just end up pulling it down, taking the sack, and going into halftime with a major lead. 28-0. I mean, we said we needed to come out and be super like hyper focused for a rivalry game after what happened with San Jose State. That's exactly what we've done. Granted, they are 0-9. But it's kind of, with a service academy school, you can kind of bet that they're going to come out and run formations. So we knew what to expect, but 28-0 here after half of football. We're going to go back to that route where we threw the pick and hit Duarte. We need to get that. We make the connection there before firing it deep to Himuli, getting us within the 10-yard line. 217 yards, 2 scores here. You can see Haimuli's also a little banged up. 3 plays later, we're not able to get into the end zone. So we do kick the field goal with Larry Regis. Probably the coolest kicking face mask in the game. I'm not going to put every kicker in that face mask, by the way. I used to do that back in like NCAA 14. Is every recruiting class had like the same dope uniform combos. Another big catch by Haimuli. The pronunciation is going to change every time. Right after a big catch, this is a lot of mirror drives, right? We're not able to get into the end zone. Larry Regis is kicking another field goal here. 34-0. 3rd and 10. These guys have yet to get a first down, so you're witnessing the first down. That's 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter when they're finally able to get that done. 3rd and 5 option. They finally do pitch it. We miss a tackle, but thankfully we've got great pursuit. We're able to shut them down. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. You can see Utah dropped all the way to 11th after we beat them. Florida sits in the number 1 spot, and we're feeling good. 34-0 here to start the 4th quarter. See Tyler B at quarterback, throwing it to Kyle Thompson down the sideline, getting some future players a look. You know, we let these guys play in the other rivalry game, San Jose State. Making sure they can play in this rivalry game as well on the other side of that, which is on the winning side instead of the losing side. Regis is going to come out. Yep, 3 for 3 for him. 37-0 here in the 4th quarter. We're having a day. 3-quarter style quarterback here. You can see, I think that's their backups because that was number 0 throwing the football this time. Zylstra, Skylar Zylstra. Really good linebacker is going to end up stepping in front of this. Pick 6. 44-0. Zylstra does play a little bit when Carvalho is winded. And then when we have multiple linebackers like a 4-3, He gets some reps in there, but he's going to be the main guy on this second string defense. You can see everybody's hype. But look at some of those backup players as well. 3rd and 4 here. 3 minutes to go. Look at that off platform throwing a dart. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And then you check it up here, set up some wide open. These young guys are still learning. Give them a break. They end up scoring. We do shut them out with our first string. Our second string, yep, they did give up the touchdown, but not to worry. 44-7 here. That's a blowout. That feels good. That's a great way to start this episode, is to come off with a big win here. Big Mountain West win. That's the, look at it, battle for the cutter. 7 catches, 154 yards, and a score for Chaim Ely. Really good game from our receiver out there. He's right now the leading receiver as far as catching touchdowns. 2nd for receptions. We're still hitting Armando Lewis more. So he's going to be the leader in receptions. Going over some stats for the game. 15, 28, 264, 2 scores. 3 for 5 for Tyler B. He's got 60 yards. Rushing wise, Alejado 12 for 68. Reyna has 7 for 37, but them 2 scores. Kafka's in the negative. So is B, but Boyd and Wheat both have a pair of carries. Chaim Ely, 7 catches, 154 for a score. Lewis also has 73 and a score. Kyle Thompson, 2 catches. Eran, 2 catches, 13 yards. 1 for the redshirt freshman Sakai Book. And Duarte has that 1 catch for 24 yards. Wanted to make sure that happened. Waikiki Galindo, 9 tackles, a half sack for Swede, Redwine, Bada, and Pufa. Zylstra with that pick 6, baby. And then 3 for 3, of course, for Larry Regis out of San Diego, California. Doing us proud. We also got a 3-star Louisiana wide receiver commit. This guy's a little taller. Baraka Alati. You see it. Player of the week, Jarvis Emily. 7 catches, 154 yards in that score. Awesome. Another rivalry game on the horizon. We are on the road. Heading up to Wyoming to Laramie, take on them Cowboys. 4-1 for each squad in the Mountain West. This has major Mountain West championship implications. We're going to do it at their house. Wyoming is the best rated as far as stars. We were a 1.5 star Hawaii when we started. I believe Wyoming's a 3-star school, so we'll keep that in mind as we head out to Laramie to take on them Cowboys.
Welcome to Laramie, Wyoming, and one of the
Wyoming's got a cool intro. I think the EA powers do that because of obviously Josh Allen. I mean, I think Hawaii's got a cool little intro with the Manoa Island Warriors coming out before the game. Dudes are huge, by the way. Very cool intro. Check it out on YouTube if you haven't seen it before. I think that deserves some love. I did just read, by the way, that the athletic department at Hawaii kind of dropped the ball. That's why the Aloha Stadium instead of the TC Ching. Anyways, starting this game off 2nd and 8. Just showing the first down. The first down of the game here. Eye candy, that's right. Big defensive play. We had talked about Skylar, what is it, Zylbesta, not being kind of a prominent figure, but in these last couple games, this guy is coming up huge. You can see him blitz him right up the middle, causing the fumble. Belami Redwine, big old boy picking it up. Scoop and score for the first touchdown of the game on the first drive of the game. Very awesome. 7-0 here. 3rd and 12. We've got the pressure on a 4-man rush. Larry Bada getting through, forcing that 3 and out. We're less than a minute into the game. We've got 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and a defensive touchdown. Gonna take this punt right here. See what we can do with it. A decent little return. I show these because usually we're like catching it and taking a hit, and it's like maybe a 1 yard return. So anytime we can get positive yards, we like that. Fast forward just a few plays here. We're going to throw this crossing route to Armando Lewis. Great shifty moves to pick up a few more. 3rd and 1 here. 4.5 to go in the first. It's Stefan Reyna. Straight up the middle to pick up that first down. Rolling out here. Ooh, in and out of the hands of Nate Duarte, our junior tight end. We're going to have to kick a field goal. It's all good, though. That's a 2-score lead now here in the first quarter against a rival is really huge. 3rd and 6, 2.5 to go in the first quarter. More pressure, more sacks. How many times are we going to say it this year? Larry Botta getting through, putting the quarterback on his back, forcing the punt. Now it's our turn. Check this play out. Tipping it to himself up in the air. Jarvis Heimuli. The big tip, the big catch, the big score. That was highlight worthy, guys. A lot of fun right there. We haven't brought a whole lot of those down when we tip them up like that, so this was really cool to see. Superior focus right here. I think just so many times of popping it up like that and just throw in my like muscle memory from the triangle to the square to try and secure that catch is what sold that one. But 17-0 here. Could this be another massive blowout against a rival? 2 rivalry games in a row. Gotta stay tuned. Big run here from 27 off tackle. He's gonna score. A lot of bad angles, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I looked into this and it's the pursuit is pretty low on some of our defenders. The ones that I have like big questions about, one of those is going to be Kamalani, our strong safety. He's got a really bad pursuit, so that's why we have bad angles. Big kick return right there, the best one, the longest one we've had in our career. That was Stefan Reyna. Thought we were going to break that one. Very exciting to do some things on special teams here. Couple plays down the right, 2nd and 5. Alejado off tackle is going to have a big run, and then literally the next play, Reyna is going to have a big run of his own. These two are vying for a starting job here. They're kind of split in time. 3rd and 12, just going to kick it down to Alejado. No luck as far as getting the first down, but it is going to make this field goal attempt a little closer here. We're going to boot that one 20-7. We are rolling. As long as we're just getting these points here, it's looking like it could be a great outcome. 3rd and 2, 5 minutes to go here in the half. They're hitting slants. They're doing pretty damn good. Crossing routes, pursuit angles. Evan Elu's another one that does not have a great pursuit. So you can see whenever someone has the ball that he kind of takes a direct route, and that's not good. 3rd and 3, they kind of overshoot it. It's going to bring up a 4th down with 3 minutes to go. They're going to boot this one through, make it a 10-point ball game. 20-10. We're going to prepare for our 2-minute drill, though, on 3rd and 5. 2.5 scrambling out. They're starting to bring the pressure, guys, and we're starting to feel it. So, unfortunately, our 2-minute drill doesn't get off. It doesn't take off running like we wanted it to. So we've got to boot it away, but on the first play here, we're gonna grab a sack with Botta, his 3rd of the game. But they are moving the ball. Great completions. 42 seconds to go here in the half. On Napua, hanging on for dear life, bringing them down within the 5-yard line. 39 seconds here. 2nd and 3. They can still get a first down. Not even gonna need it because that slant route is gonna go for 6. A lot of issues with man coverage as the season goes on, so we're going to start exploring more zone coverage. 3rd and 25 here, last play of the half. We do connect with Nate Duarte, but it doesn't really mean much as time expires. But we do go into halftime with the lead. That's important. After a 20-7 lead, we've dropped 10 points, 10-0 run for the Cowboys, and you can see how evenly matched this game is. Really, the biggest difference is going to be in time possession. Everything else is pretty equal. Within a few yards passing, within a few yards rushing. 1 is the difference in 3rd down conversions. Yep. Look at this play again. Popping that bad boy up. That is beautiful. Imuli. I've actually put some of these last names into Google to see how you pronounce them. So we'll get more into that. Our first third down in the second half, we're going to take pressure. We're going to dirt ball it. We've got to give the ball back. 20-17 still here. We do bring some pressure. Napoo is not going to be able to make the sack, but Nate Hatchett out of Texas, young kid, he's going to get through. He's going to get the sack on that. Really like that. 3rd and 2 after the punt, but the pressure, man, I told you the pressure. We tried leaving some running backs in to pick up some of these blitzes. No luck there. Sometimes we need them. They're a big part of our passing game. And Wyoming's starting to roll here, guys. You could see that right there was an example of not being focused. I felt like we could have knocked that down, maybe even picked it, but our defensive back never got turned around. 3rd down, we bring the pressure up the middle, force a 4th and 6. This is going to tie the ball game up. It could have been worse. 2020, 3rd quarter. We got about a minute to go here. 2nd and 5, we're throwing it deep. Heimuli again, another great catch, another great score. A bunch of yards and a couple touchdowns on a couple catches. It's only his 2nd catch of the game, by the way. And he's already over 100 yards with 2 scores. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. High altitude performance center there in the background. And Laramie. 3rd and 3, 38 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. They're going to run like a little read option. He decides he's just going to dump it off as we got 2 linebackers blitzing. We shut him down. We get the ball back. 27-20 still here in the game. 7.5 to go. Crossing route doesn't work out. Got to punt that football. Fast forward, 3rd and 7. 6 minutes to go here. Just dumping it down to the tight end. McKenna Meyer is going to come up. Make a play. Fortunately, man, this tight end is eating us up. So we're a couple series ahead right here. You can see the time. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go. A little RPO looking for the end zone. McKenna Meyer is going to step up and pick this off. Perfectly timed to use a pick. I love to see that little graphic down at the bottom. We're getting better at making that quick switch and throwing our hands up. Sometimes it works out. But we do get quite a few interceptions, man. Really happy with that. 2nd and 3 here. 2.5 minutes to go. Reyna straight up the gut. Gonna pick up the 1st down. We're exactly at the 2-minute mark now. We're gonna rely on Reyna because he's usually very reliable, but he coughs up his first fumble of the year in a very crucial time. Down 7 is the Wyoming Cowboys, and they come up with a big play. Helmet looks crazy. Dude looks like he's on drugs. Throwing up the dub for Wyoming. Causes the fumble. We are going to need the NCAA to investigate that, but that's a matter for a different day. Right now, we've got to step up. 1:51 here. 1st and 10. Throwing those crossing routes. Zylstra getting in there, making the stop on 2nd and inches. Very next play here, guys. They're going to just shove that thing down. Pick up that 1st down, recycle the downs on the 12-yard line so they can get a 1st down without scoring. Just standing in the pocket there. Look at all the time. Always dumping these down when we change to our zone coverage. But we force a fumble. The coverage change really working in our favor as far as throwing the ball downfield, but just leaving people open. You can see right here our junior captain, best player on the team as far as overall, forces the fumble. We're able to go into victory formation. We escape Laramie, the rivalry, with a win. The plan to win the rest of our games and try to make it into this conference championship is intact after we lost that one to San Jose State. San Jose is currently on the top of the Mountain West, by the way. We talked about it earlier. 2 catches, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. Both his catches were highlight reel catches and taking them for 6. That was after the tip. Here's the score. Beautiful, man. Here's this long one. I think this is like a 80 or 70 yard pass. Pretty awesome. Great day from the quarterback as well, Devin Kafka. 14 for 19, 73%, really good. And 12.2 is a little like 3-4 yards better than our usual average. 11 carries, 49 yards. Did have that one fumble though. 10 for 28 for Alejado. You can see the running game was slow to get up and running. Eran got 6 for 36, 4 for 46 for Lewis, 2, 122. We've seen that. Duarte did have a drop, but he has 24 yards to the air, and Alejado just had a check down catch. On defense, look at the dudes in double digits. Zylstra, Caravallo, and Napua. Napua actually being a defensive back. That's not the greatest sign, but it is what it is. 2.5 sacks for Bada. We got 1 for Hatchet, 1 for Zylstra. He also caused that fumble, which Red Wine picked up, went for 6. The interception going to the senior out of Uabicho, Hawaii, Makana Meyer. Of course. 6 tackles for a loss. Larry Bada is going to get Mountain West Conference Player of the Week, as well as National Defensive Player of the Week. This guy is insane. Jarvis Hiaimuli going to get the Offensive Player of the Week. We don't get a whole lot of these guys, so it's very cool. See right there, we've got 1 game to go. New Mexico is 3-3, 7-4 on the season. And yeah, we've got 1 more game and we can secure this. The only threat you can see the next 2 teams at 3-4. Oregon getting upset by Iowa, you see over there on the right. But let's focus on our game. It's the New Mexico Lobos, 3-3, 7-4 overall. We're on the road. We're playing them at their place. We've got to have it, guys, to ensure we get into this conference championship.
Welcome everyone to University Stadium, home to the Lobos of the
New Mexico's another interesting school.
fans here are fired up.
I like the red on red, the helmets and the face mask. They've got anthracite uniforms.
Grand tradition is paying tribute
Kind of a sleeper school as far as
to their souls
good looking uniforms.
of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day.
Senior day for the Lobos.
Squad from the Mountain West, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, taking on another team from the Mountain West, the New Mexico Lobos. As always, by David
Taking the ball first. You know when we do that, we want to score right away. Who doesn't? I mean, why do we got to point that out?
inside his own 10.
Decent little return here from Wheat. Dan Wheat. Kafka, 2,658 passing yards. Could it be? First play of the game, we usually run it. We're going to kick it over to Armando Lewis. 2nd and 7 here. Check this out. So we just talked about that stat. It's 2 minutes into the first quarter. We kick it out. 3,000 career passing yards. So freshman, sophomore year, he had about 400 yards. Pretty cool, man. Glad to be a part of that. He's a hometown kid out of Honolulu, Hawaii, Devin Kafka. One of our very first recruits as the offensive coordinator. We love him. Alejado, former quarterback turned running back. Very, very shifty. 4 carries, 22 yards. Here on this opening drive, we're going to kick this little hook over to Heimuli. 31 yards through the air so far from Kafka. You know what we do on the goal line. Spread it out. Hand it to Reyna. This time, no dice. You know what we haven't done this year is hand it off to our senior fullback. His name's Artie Coleman. His very first touchdown on the last regular season game of the year. He's one of 7 seniors. I'm glad that we were able to show him some love, so to speak.
To the air, it's Dampier. They're bringing heat.
First drive for the Lobos. Big time rollout. Guess who's back there? Larry Bada and also Waikiki Galindo. Really potent defensive ends. Throwing deep here, this is always an issue for us, guys, because we've got slower corners compared to most wide receivers.
Before the play clock ran out.
Big gain. Broken up, though. We do have our delay of game here. Not awesome. Drop us back 5 yards, but we're going to complete Enrique Heron on a seam route straight up the middle. It doesn't matter the delay of game, but I just wanted to show you because we had a lapse in judgment there, which doesn't normally happen. Unfortunately, it doesn't hurt us. Enrique Heron, a beautiful seam route here, able to throw it over the top, catch it in stride, and that's a huge touchdown on 3rd and 17. They needed about 5 more yards, didn't they? And they would have stopped us. 14-0 here. Check this out, man. Sometimes, you know, they have all the time in the world. Our great defensive ends aren't able to get enough pressure, and you can see when they get rolling, they get rolling. 62 yards on this drive, hitting the slant to cap it off. A nice secure catch. He fell out of the end zone, but caught it in the end zone. Good for him, man. Yeah, right. Senior day. Yeah, they deserve it. 14-7. We're going back to work. Cross the middle, Nate Duarte. 121 yards and a score at this point on 3rd and 7. The pressure is coming. There's also a flag. To add insult to injury, we also have a holding call. So, just like with Wyoming, they start bringing the pressure. We're not able to adjust on the fly. And we got to punt that thing away. Giving them the ball back. 2-minute drill here, guys. We could have, look how small our defensive back though is. Like, we should have intercepted that, I think, just outside of our reach. Here, I felt like Caravallo could have stepped in front and picked that one. So that's 2 plays on the same drive where I felt like we could have had an interception. We weren't able to get it. And then another kind of 808 seam style route. And our Huval, our junior corner, not able to keep up, man. He's been getting eaten up all year, to be honest with you. He doesn't have a whole lot of picks. He doesn't have a whole lot of anything. Big catch here from Armando Lewis going up the ladder, making sure the defense can't get it. 3rd and 10 here, a ton of time. Check this ball out. Adam. Yeah, the contact knocks it out there. Right before halftime, we're not able to do anything with it. 3rd and 8, last play of the game. We got beat. They make the catch. Fortunately, his knee was down at like literally the inch mark line, whatever. It can't be an inch yard line, can it? Look at the passing yard difference on attempts. Yeesh. Could have been, should have been. And the Lobos' eyes, a 21-14 game with that last second touchdown. Pretty wild there. Great little replays on the rail or on the high wire. I'm not sure where they're getting these angles, but they're beautiful. Artie Coleman cut his highlight short, didn't they? 30 seconds into the second half here. They're going to run it straight up the middle, and we're not able to stop that. 2nd and 1 on a fast forward here. Off tackle. Missed tackles. Oh. Eee. 3rd and 9, though. Bringing that pressure. Check this out. Getting that sack. Redwine stays diligent. Gonna force the field goal here. This is a long one. 47 yards. Their kicker's got a big leg because he hit about halfway up that net back there. Lobos are going to take the lead, but luckily it's just by 3. 4.5 minutes to go. We roll out. We kick it out to Duarte. He's got decent little speed, able to pick up a few more. 1st and 10 here. We've got a play fake. We're going to go Armando Lewis across the middle, and he's going to have a big gain with our run after catch here. Stopping the clock by stepping out. 42 yards on this play, guys. We've got another year with basically this entire core group as well. All 3 wide receivers. Duarte is back next year. We'll have Timote Uamau. I think we'll work on his last name, but he's back after a broken femur. It's going to be a great next year. Coming back for his senior year next year is Alejado. We're talking so much about our roster here. Witness the great drive. Nice little zig route here by Nate Duarte. Able to secure it. We did throw it to traffic, but we tend to do that with our bigger targets, that being our tight end, and Nate Duarte secures the catch, gets the 6 on 3rd down. A great overthrow. Great in our eyes, right? 3rd and 10. Flip the field. Last seconds of the 3rd quarter. Throw the first pick of the game. Ooh, threw it right to him, too. Sometimes we can get it over him. Sometimes we don't. He's a 3-star quarterback, so we can't expect him to make all the throws. I do like that variance in the EA Sports games. I love that it isn't just throwing dots every time, but you know how frustrating it is. 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. This should be the third pick of the game, guys. Threw it right to Von Napua. He throws his arm up, completely ignores. I'm not sure if the sun's in his eyes. Had a wrong angle, but he gives up 6 points, man. We should have had that. 24-21. It's rough. We're going to go a little jet sweep to Enrique Heron. Great moves here. Great gain. Picking up a first down. 2 minutes later, 3rd and 4. We're going to drop back with Kafka. We're going to go deep, but we overthrow it. Enrique Heron. We needed it, man. We're going to go for it on 4th and 4 because we need this. We've got to roll the dice here. Check that out. The pressure. Turnover on downs. Yeesh. Once we went into zone coverage as well, we kind of left the quarterback all alone so that he's able to run that. But on 3rd and 1, Napua comes up, trying to make amends for giving up a touchdown. Makes a tackle, doesn't miss it. Forces a field goal attempt, which they make. 27-21. It's starting to look like the Wyoming-Hawaii game, does it not, as far as score? 6-point game here. We can score. We can win. Rolling out here. Trying to dump it off. Off the mark. 4th and 20. Look at that. Had our hands on it. Threw it into coverage. It was never going to work out. Thankfully, they pick it off because that doesn't give them great field position. Not as great field position kind of thing. 3rd and 9 here. We needed one more stop to get the ball back, but we fucked it up, guys. And how do you run for 9 yards when we got a run blitz on? I don't know. We end up dropping a heartbreaker. We needed to win to guarantee a shot at a conference championship invite. Now, honestly, it's up to the rest of the conference. Who's going to show up? There's 2 teams who had lost 2 games. We're that 3rd one. We're going to have to wait till after the game to see if we did well enough. See if we've got the points for, points against, or if the conference decides to give us the bid just based on who we beat. And hopefully we beat the teams that also have 2 losses in the conference. Going over the stats here, 17-26, 244, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Alejandro 15 for 45, not great. Reyna only 6 carries for 17 yards. He was kind of banged up there. Artie Coleman, the senior, 1 carry, 1 yard, 1 touchdown, 5 for 46, a score, 3 for 91, a score for Duarte Heron, respectively. And then just a couple catches for the rest of the receiving core. 9 tackles for Elu, 8 for Napua, 6 for Kamalani, 1 sack for Redwine, and then we got committed. We have Miguel Cote out of California, the center. David Weeks, the quarterback. We're really excited about him. Guys, check this out. We've got the conference championship invite against a top 25 San Jose State team. We know we're better than these guys, even though we got the beat down earlier in the year. This is our chance to redeem ourselves. The championship will be in San Jose. We've got a chance to do what they did to us at home. Really excited for this one. Really thankful that we were able to win enough games and get this opportunity in our first year as the head coach at Hawaii. We're really excited. We're hyped up. We know what this means. Let's go get a conference championship.
Welcome to what should be a fantastic
We get our shot.
football season. It's the battle for the trophy.
We're gonna take it.
The Mountain West Conference here today.
We know what we did wrong, so to speak, against San Jose State earlier in the year. We know what we can improve upon. It's fun to look back on that game, by the way, and just see all the things we could have capitalized on or the plays that we should have read. Trust me, this should be a different story. Getting the ball to start it off. Gonna call that fair catch, though. 25-yard line sounds good. You see that they're almost 80% passing for San Jose State. We'll keep that in mind. 2nd and 7 here. Derek Boyd, second string running back. He's also our power back at only 190 pounds. Crossing route to Heimuli on 3rd and 8. Make sure we get that first down. You can see we're chewing up this clock here. 4 minutes, 45 seconds to go on the rollout. We are going to run this one. We want to be more mobile in this game. The last 2, we've had troubles taking sacks later in the game, so we're going to try and mitigate that by running the quarterback. Here, we should have got sacked. We escaped somehow, some way. 2nd and goal from the 1. Derek Boyd, we talked about him a little bit earlier. Power formation, power back. He's going to get a score. We don't say that very often this year. It's either Alejado or, for the most part, Reyna getting those scores. So it's good to kind of spread this ball around. You saw we also got our fullback involved in touchdown against New Mexico. 3rd and 8 here on the first drive for San Jose State. They basically throw it out of bounds, so we're going to take over after the punt. On 2nd and inches, Reyna's going off tackle. Big gain there. Alejado in the backfield here for the first play of the 2nd quarter. We're going to take a sack. We're going to fumble the football as well. Luckily, one of the linemen are able to pick it up. Just for reference here, we had broken a collarbone on one of our linemen at the Georgia game, and that's Rozzy. He is back for the conference championship. Just keep that in mind. Big run on the read option for the quarterback. 80% passing team. We're gonna have to adjust to their runs here. You can see a lot of pass coverage. We read too much into the statistics, and they're able to not only have a big run with their quarterback, but their running back, who had 4 touchdowns against us earlier this year. He gets the first touchdown of the game for the Spartans here in this Mountain West Conference Championship. 3rd and 6, throwing that hook. Remember that, 2 catches, 27 yards here. 3rd and 6, other side, throwing that hook. This time, Armando Lewis, really potent 3rd and long play. 3rd and 1. We're just going to spread it out, run it with Reyna. Consistently getting 3rd down conversions here. 3rd and 5. Little seam route to Alejado that's going to put us 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Kafka's going to run it up the middle on this little draw. We wanted to be more mobile. We wanted to be aware of the pressure. Another big run. You saw earlier in the episode Kafka getting mobile, lowering his shoulder. We're liking that extra dynamic that he has because he's a really good thrower. But now he's a dangerous ground threat as well. 14-7 here, 2-minute drill. Really potent offense, guys. Comeback route on the outside. Uval's not able to make the play. Then they're going through the middle as we try to shut down those outside routes. They're really reading this really well. 1st and 10, that sidearm to the outside as we try to take away the inside routes. It's really tough. And then here, just a phenomenal play. Not sure how he repositioned his body to make that catch. I thought he was throwing it right to our cornerback right there, but he makes the adjustment, scores a touchdown. 34 seconds to go here, tied ball game. For half, we hit Duarte. Not able to get away from the defenders, but we are able to have a huge gain. 23 seconds on 2nd and 2. We take a sack. That's gonna be it for the half. We're not gonna risk it, man. We've already taken a sack and fumbled, so we'll just go tied into halftime. Really close game. This is pretty much how it was the first time we met, going in 14-17 at half in that first meeting. 1 penalty, 9 yards. Could see that on there. Pass to rush is 106 to 123. Here's this great little scramble right up the middle for Kafka, getting that score, and then this crazy, look at that position. That was weird, from outside to inside shoulder, switch on a dime. Questionable. We talked about pursuit angles. Evan Elau, that was a very good example of that pursuit attribute being low. Going deep here, though. He's going to make amends for it. He's going to get a pick. Step in front of that one. Get a little run back as well. Yeah, they got the ball at half, but we take it away. Big play for the senior there. One of 7 seniors. First and 10 here. We're just going to give it to Alejado. He's going to cough up the football. Why? Because he's 180 pounds, and those big hits really affect him. You can see some of the physics on some of his runs where he slides across the turf and just gets, you know, those heavier linemen push him around. So we take the ball away, we give it right back, but on third down, we're able to stop them a yard short. Let's get the ball back. 3rd down and 5. We throw it across to Armando Lewis. Decent little run after the catch. Show that first down, baby. And San Jose can't believe it. 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. We're going to throw it deep, and we don't even make an effort to go up and get it. That's going to lead to a field goal attempt after 2 more plays. We're going to take it because it's going to give us the lead. 17-14. That's all we're looking for, man. I don't care if it's 1 point. I don't care if it's 40. We want to beat San Jose State. Another amazing catch. Von Napua not able to knock that one down. Double dive right there. The receiver comes up with it. And then a little motion route where he sneaks away, and we're not able to pick him up, guys. Yeah, really tough. But here we blow up the receiver in the backfield. That was Kamalani. Very next play, Waikiki Galindo gets through for the sack. Rings his bell. 3rd and 21. They've got a lot of work to do, man. Great defensive play. We bring the pressure. He somehow gets away, throws that ball away. We're going to get the ball back. We don't do much, though. 3rd and 16 here. Overthrowing Nate Duarte on that seam route. It's been there a lot of times, but we do end up missing that one. Still 17-14, and look at this read option. We can't pick it up. It's tough. We're trying to figure it out. Great slant routes. Great read options. I mean, they're calling the right plays. Throwing it to the outside. Nate Hatchett's going to step in front of it. Ooh, tight rope. This is going to be a pick 6 here in the 4th quarter with 3.5 minutes to go. We're going to do a little razzle dazzle here. First time I've honestly really celebrated running into the end zone. Nate Hatchett out of Texas, a young corner. That was a huge play. That was a little disrespect because they did rub it in our face on that 44-13, I believe was the score. Yeah, so that one felt good. The pick 6 puts it at 2-score game. 24-14 with 3 minutes to go. We like that. Here is the 3rd interception of the game. 2nd one from Elu. Now we're rolling, guys. Now we are rolling. We've got 3 minutes to run off the clock here, but it is a very good San Jose State defense. This is definitely the top of the Mountain West, and Hawaii and San Jose State. Great run. 16 carries, 100 yards for Reyna. We're not able to move it after that. Kicking a field goal. 27-14. We would have loved to score a touchdown and really ice the game, but it's still a 2-score game. We like that. Kicking it outside. We talked about the speed of the defensive backs. I did change some of our recruiting board around to try to scout some speed out there. And you can see, man, Von Napua getting beat as well. He's usually pretty good. Great routes on these guys, like a lot of motion. Gets the score. 21-27. They got to get this onside up over the first line of defense into the waiting hands of Enrique Aran. Got 63 seconds in the game, and we're going to be able to kneel this one, guys. We're going to get out of here with a Mountain West Conference championship. We avenged our loss earlier in the season. This one feels good. And this should help our bowl bids as well. Nate Hatchett going to be player of the game with that huge pick 6. I would have to agree with that. He is a sophomore, so we got plenty of years with him still. But look at some of these darts, man. Wild. That's a late touchdown. Here's the pick 6 and splash from Hatchett. And then there's a trophy, man. We're bringing it back. We won one of these back in our first season as offensive coordinator. but now we have one as a head coach. Our very first conference championship, if you remember it, in year 3, we lost with Southern Miss in the Sun Belt. Kafka, 12 for 19, 136, no touchdowns, no picks. 18 for 105 for Reyna, 10 for 39 on Alejado. Kafka had 18 in the score. Boyd had 3 carries and a score. 3 for 39 for Duarte, 2 for 2 for Reyna, 2 for 27. High Muley Lewis had 37, 20 for Alejado, and 1 for 11 for Eran. Leading tackler is going to be Zylstra, followed by Kamalani, who had a great blow up in the backfield. There's Waikiki and Bada Boom with the sacks. The picks go to Elau with 2, and the big pick 6 from Hatchet. Let's go. Mountain West champions, baby. Oh, defensive player of the week for the conference. Obviously, there's only 2 teams playing. I'm going to give it to Hatchet. Tim Vernon out of Newark, New Jersey. This is a power running back with 92 speed, 228 pounds, 92 speed. Look out for him next year. Cincinnati's quarterback with 42 touchdowns, 9 picks gets the Heisman. We are going to win the best defensive player in the NCAA with Bada. That's not all, though. We're also going to win the best defensive end. So best defensive player, best defensive end, and the Lombardi. Wild, guys. What a season from Larry. Bada boom, bada bing. That's huge. We are going to get a bowl bid. This is Snoop Dogg's Arizona Bowl, gin and juice against Kent State Golden Flashes. This is all fun and game, guys. Let's also check out some job offers. We do have an offensive coordinator offer from USC. Tempting, but no head coaching jobs. Look how many are open here. Alabama, Arkansas State, Bowling Green. We got Florida State. We got Cincinnati. We got Rutgers and Nebraska. San Jose State's open. They don't even offer us, probably because they're mad that we beat them. Harvard is open. Coastal Carolina. We didn't get any of those offers, so is what it is. Let's focus on us, though. Bowl game ready. Kent State Golden Flashes. Sipping on gin and juice. Yeah, Snoop Dogg. Dre. Gin and Juice Arizona Bowl.
While this game caps off the regular season, how that season is remembered will be
All Blacks for this
impacted by
game.
what happens in this game. As we'll
The final one for our 7 seniors. Kent State's actually got a pretty dope set, too. White unis, yellow accents, yellow helmet. I like the bigger decals on the side of the helmet, too. Looks good no matter what the team. 6-6 is Kent State. 8-4, right? 9-4. Hawaii, we did win that Mountain West Conference Championship. We're gonna get the ball, start the game. That's all good because we want to go out there. We want to score early, score often. That's the game plan every game.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the
Showing you guys the comparison. 3rd down conversions. Whoa, pretty
first swing of the game.
even in average yards per game. Running a draw on our first 3rd down. We're not going to be able to convert. We're going to have to punt that one away. You're going to see the Discover Impact players. They've got a left end in their quarterback.
We take a look at how
We got Carvalho and Alejado.
it's a draw.
Draw straight up the middle
Hits him with a stiff arm.
into the danger zone. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Going to roll out. Going to hit. I think this is a slot receiver for them. They're going to score. They're going to be the first on the board. Golden Flashes. Hopefully it's a flash in the pan kind of thing. Puns. 7-0 here.
Last time, David, it was 1, 2,
3 minutes rolled off the clock. Rain is going to get us started. Off tackle to the outside. You can see our avatar, our coach getting hyped up. 1st and 10 here. We're going to throw it deep, hitting Duarte up and over the defender. We've thrown so many interceptions to a lurking middle linebacker. This time we go up and over. 2nd and 7 here. Check it out. Enrique Aran for the score. We're going to tie it up here. 7-7. Great little slot receiver right there. I like to put our shorter guys in the slot. That's just what I like to do. Beautiful little pitch and catch. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Check this slant out. We're having issues making the tackle as well. 3rd and 1. About 2 minutes later. Nice little play action. They're going to convert that. tight end is gonna get a little boot scooting boogie, get him within the red zone, and then kicking it out on 3rd and inches. The contact is gonna force a drop though. They're gonna have to settle for a field goal. 10-7 here towards the end of the first quarter. Really happy with that, forcing that issue. You can see right here we're already in the second quarter here. We weren't able to do anything. We went ahead and punted it. No need to show you guys that. 123 yards for the quarterback. 3rd down here within the 10-yard line. Check this out. He's just gonna throw it away. He saw the pressure, didn't want to take any of that smoke from bada bing bada boom, our big defensive end. Settling for another field goal. 13-7 here. We're gonna go to work though, guys. Check this out. We're gonna throw it deep to Jarvis. He's gonna make the catch. He is gonna get caught from behind, but yeah, inside the 20, inside the red zone. 3rd and 4 here. Check this out. Little play action. Not good. We're gonna go for this, man. We're not settling for a field goal. We're not settling for what they did. Kicking it out to our crossing route here. Recycling those downs. 3rd and goal here. Kafka. We explored it earlier in the season. We had success with it. We're going to continue to lean on it. We're not going to force things like we're so prone to doing early on in our coaching career. This is kind of a development, you know what I mean? Seeing our quarterback mature. Our coaching decisions mature. We're going to go up by 1, 14-13, but a big play here by the Kent State squad. My gosh, guys, within the 5-yard line. 2 plays later, it's 3rd and goal from the 1. We're going to bring some heat here, get some penetration. Thought he had the corner, but Ike was able to make that tackle. Going to call that timeout with 1:11 on 4th and goal. Get that penetration again. Waikiki Galindo with the sack. On 4th down, it's going to be a turnover. We still got a minute to go to work here. Check this out. Duarte, you saw it earlier. You see it again. 3 catches, 55 yards for Duarte. On 2nd and 2 here, we just hit a simple crossing route to Armando Lewis, making sure we get that 1st down. We are burning timeouts, making sure we're saving some of this time on the clock. Reyna running the streak. Whenever we see he's got man coverage, we throw it up, and what a great catch. This dude can do it all. He can run, he can catch, he has the ultimate weapon. Stephon Reyna for the touchdown, throwing it up, he's coming down with it. And check that out, is that not cool? Look at the fireworks in the background. What a beautiful, beautiful little shot there here in Tucson. Throwing up the hang loose with the fireworks behind you, you can't match that. We're taking a decent little lead into halftime, 21-13. You can see the pass yards pretty even. Attempts, completions, etc. We got the 2 scores though. Yeah, buddy. Let's go over some of these replays as well. Lovely little scramble, just able to. The change of direction is not great for Kafka, so that working was really awesome. Big scramble to the outside here. We are a run threat now, I think, so a lot of those backers and safeties started coming up, and we were able to get that man coverage, and then over the top to Enrique Aran. You can see 3 minutes already burned off the clock here. A couple possessions on each team, but we hit Heron on the corner route. We're not able to turn it into a touchdown. We are going to take advantage of this kicker, though. Larry Regis going to punch it through. 24-13. 11-point lead. We like that. Their chance to do something. Kent State here. Should have been a pick. How, like the past couple games, guys, we have been just kind of been standing there with our thumb you know where. We're not able to make that play, but we are able to have Bada come through, get a sack. Throwing the prayers up. We get the ball back here. 3rd and 10, 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We're throwing another deep ball to Jarvis. Oh, yeah. He's a madman. Second half of the season, he's really come on and been a superstar for the Warriors. Beautiful pitch and catch. Just drink that up, man. Nice job, 1-7. 4th and 5 in the 4th quarter, 31-13 at this point. Look at that. Our junior captain stepping in front of it. The best player on the roster, 91 overall. Carvalho, the middle linebacker. Gonna get that pick. We're starting to force some errors here. You can see we've run off almost 3 minutes off the clock here. We're gonna kick it to the outside to Duarte. Unfortunately, he's not able to get in, but 317 yards, 4 total scores on the day, 3 through the air, 1 on the ground. Here on 4th and 1, we just give it to Derek Boyd up the middle. We're gonna roll the dice because this is a bowl game. It's all fun and games. Derek Boyd gets into the end zone, extending the lead 38-13 with 3 minutes to go here in the game. Right before 2-minute warning, Kent State's going back to work. They're going to throw it right to Von Napua, though. He kind of shut the first half of the season. Von Napua was intercepting like every game, had an interception like every game. Second half of the season, relatively quiet. In the past couple games, he's had a pick, coming back on, preparing for his sophomore year. We love that. Last play of the game here, last play of the season, guys. We're going to run it straight up the middle with Reyna. 38-13. We're going to get a bowl game win here. This is going to be really awesome for us. We've got a lot of guys returning, only 7 seniors. A lot of those guys are not starters. I'd say a handful of them are. We'll get a look at that later. But look at the game we had. 300 yards through the air. Very cool. Big catch here. Great angle for that Reyna touchdown. And then this one over here to Jarvis. Great angles. It's really cool to see these from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Let's check it out. 317 yards, 3 scores. He also had that one on the ground. Boyd, 2 carries, 5 yards for the score. 13 carries, 53 yards. Reyna, 9 for 25 for Alejado. Receiving wise, Duarte, 5 for 92. 3 catches for Iran and Jaimuli. 104 in a score for Jaimuli. 69 in a score for Iran. And Reyna had that 1 catch, 40 yards in a score. 2 people with 10 tackles, Kamalani and Ilu. Those are our free safety, strong safety duo. Napua also 8 total tackles in there. 2 sacks for Waikiki Galindo, 1 for Bada. An interception for Carvalho, an interception for Napua. Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, gin and juice. We're going to take that win. Mountain West defensive player Larry Bada, but here's an awesome one. Is we also get the Devin Kafka Player of the Week. I figured we'd be doing that a lot more than we have this year. So season stats: 3,355 yards, 25 touchdowns, only 9 picks, and then we also got Tyler B. Some looks he threw for 2 touchdowns. Reyna 804 yards despite 11 fewer carries. They're pretty evenly matched though. 30 carries for Boyd. He did have 2 scores. Kafka 3 touchdowns in like the final 3 games pretty much. We did get Artie Coleman, the senior, 1 carry, 1 yard. He picked up a score as well. Receiving wise, Imuli leads with 11-22 and 12 touchdowns. 51 catches was the leader for Lewis. 4 scores, 587 yards for Duarte, 3 scores. Erran had 500 yards, 4 scores. Reyna, that 1 standalone touchdown was on a 40-yard bomb. Kyle Thompson had a couple of catches and a touchdown as well in a backup role. Same with Brazel and Page, getting their hands on the ball down there. We're making it work, guys. I'm not sure how long Nate Snead's going to be on the roster as a 6'1 tight end. We might have to change him over to a fullback, know what I'm saying? As for the season, Carvalho leads with 90 tackles. You can see the top 3 are 90, 80, 70. Kamalani and Ilu. So that's second and third level guys. So not crazy awesome, you know. 16.5 sacks. It's not the record for us, but pretty damn good. Waikiki Galindo on the other side of the ball. Both these guys returning next year. Redwine gets through from the defensive tackle position for 4 sacks. 3 for Carvalho as a blitzing linebacker. Ika as well, blitzing linebacker, get a couple of sacks. And then some defensive backs in there making some noise. We talked about Zylstra coming through on the second half of the season, really earning his spot for next year. Interceptions wise, Napua, we talked about him. He ties for the top with senior Evan Ilu. Carvalho, 4 picks. Great year for him. Akana Meyer, the senior, 3 interceptions. Zylstra and Hatchett both had 2. Hatchett, that big pick 6 against Wyoming. And then Huval. Not a great season for him, but he did have a pick. You can see the defensive touchdowns. Napua, Elu, Zylstra, Hatchet, and Redwine on that scoop and score from the defensive side. 49 for 49 for extra points for Larry Regis going into his last year. He's going to be 21 for 25, so we want to improve on that. Coach Carousel, do we have any offers? No, we don't. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a good thing we're at a school we like. The off season is upon us. You could see USF Cincinnati is your national championship game. That's a wild one. USF's going to go home with that one. 31-28. Elijah Jones, 97-yard, 2-touchdown performance fuels the Bulls to a national championship. Congratulations, USF. Crazy. That's not even a user-controlled team, you know what I'm saying? Career stats, guys. We're just going to go over those right quick. Alejado, 13 touchdowns. You can see Reyna getting his pretty much his first action. It is his first action. 12 touchdowns, 804 yards. Nothing's really changing, guys. It's more going to be like on the defensive side of the ball. Brazel is going to be 39 catches for 10 touchdowns in his sophomore year. We didn't really use him. Puamau, you can see, has 34 catches in his career, but he's been out for us with a broken femur that he suffered last year. Tackles wise, Kamalani, the strong safety, 203 tackles. Interceptions wise, these all, Elu and Napua with 7 picks each. Those were all this year. Field goals made, field goals attempted, 49 of 58. Check the players leaving, guys. Caravallo decides to leave Hawaii, go pro, plus our 7 seniors. You can see just the names there. Elu, Meyer, Coleman was our fullback. Really, it's just we have 3 starters leaving. I tried to persuade Caravallo to stick around, but no dice here. He is going to go to the draft. Hopefully he gets drafted in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Now you know. First round draft pick, our very first. We had 1 year with them. Congratulations. Showing you guys a little bit of our recruiting. David Weeks, Tim Vernon. I am going to change some of these names, by the way, for guys that are from Hawaii. We did end up losing this guy. We were really excited about him. 4-star guy. Unfortunately, he's going to go elsewhere. I did want to show you, we found this guy who didn't have any offers. Buck Falk, 4-star, plus he's a gem, which means he's kind of underrated. 6'5", 258. We're really excited. I'm sending the house on this guy, by the way, with the hard sells and everything. Transfer portals, we end up looking at 2 guys. One of them is going to be Jacoby Oliphant from Oklahoma State, 6'4", defensive back there. You can see some of the guys we're signing, defensive back. These are all high school kids. Buck Falk ends up committing to Florida, though, so we're going to miss out on him. Some of the recruits we're landing: Sam Armour, Honolulu, Hawaii. Out of New Mexico, a transfer, Joe Crum. We are going to change his name because he's a Hawaiian. Jacoby Oliphant, Oklahoma State transfer. And then Manu Tuaoli out of Hawaii. Guys, we got a decent little class, 39th in the nation. You can see we landed 2 4-star recruits, 21 3-star. That includes Gilliam. We're going to change his name because he is a Hawaiian kid. But a great recruiting class to kick us off for next year. And that is going to bring us to the end of this episode, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. When we come back, we're going to go over the team schedule for this year. We're going to go over the roster, the depth chart, who we've got red shirts on, our recruiting strategy and what we're targeting this year, the holes that we have to fill. Plus, I think what we'll do is go over kind of my roster strategy and how many players I put at each position, because I've outlined all of this. I do have like a little notepad where I keep everything written down and just track. I know who to cut, if we have an overflow of players, etc., etc. But we'll go over that all on the next episode. Guys, if you're liking this series, show some love. Leave a like, leave a comment. Consider subscribing, hang out for the long run, because we're getting ready for season 5. We're getting ready to go deep. We're going to kick it off against Kansas next week as well, or next episode as well. I'll see you guys there. Appreciate you being here. Peace.